Good morning. We'll start our meeting with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Smith, will you open in prayer?
Heavenly Father, we come to you. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to be here. We ask that you would help us and direct us as we do the business that needs to be done in the way that it needs to be done. And Lord, we'd ask that you would help us to make the right decisions that would do the best thing for the people of Scioto County. Thank you for being with us and watching over us. We ask these things in your precious name. Amen.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome. It is August 21st. We're going to jump right in with the approval of the meeting minutes for August 14th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted.
I second.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of request for appropriation of funds,
Any comments or questions on the appropriation request? Hearing none.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of approving payment of the regular schedule of accounts for the various funds, moral obligations, and then and now certificates in the total amount of $1,555,827.72.
Any comments or questions on item 3?
I have one question. Just, is that normal? Is that a normal, because I've not been around here, is that normally
No.
that rate?
No. That's a higher number, and I know we were looking through, a lot of that is placement costs through JFS for children in care. So some of those funds that are hitting are coming specifically through JFS's funding.
And what I saw there looked like to be over $500,000 was placement costs for
Yeah.
JFS.
Yeah, we've talked to them about that. Okay, thank you.
Any additional comments or
Yeah,
questions?
thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Make a motion to approve.
Got a motion?
I will second.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of request for appropriation transfer of funds,
Any comments or questions on our transfer fund request? Hearing none.
I guess I jumped in early a minute ago. Make a
Oh,
motion to
do what
approve.
you want to, sir.
That's all right. We got a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the transfer of funds.
he already made a motion.
We have two
Can we
motions.
get-
Can we get a second, Commissioner Davis?
I will second.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye. Is there anything under today?
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of request
I'm the
for
new guy.
transfer of funds,
Forgive you. Any comments or questions on item 5? Hearing none.
I would make a motion to approve.
I would second.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of advance requests,
Any comments or questions on item 6? Hearing none.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of accepting miscellaneous reports,
Any comments or questions on our miscellaneous reports? Hearing none.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of accepting board minutes,
Any comments or questions on the miscellaneous board minutes? This meeting, it's all Adams board minutes that they provided to us. Comments or questions? Hearing none.
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
Mr. Smith.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
In the matter of bid award and contract agreement regarding SCI CR 160-0.75 Fort Hill Road Slip Repair Project.
All right, this is the Fort Hill Road Slip Repair Project to be awarded to W.E. Smith Construction in the amount of $1,768,069.00. Along with the contract agreement, note that this project is being subsidized by a $2.5 million grant through the Ohio Public Works Commission Emergency Project Program. The project costs will be covered by 90% of grant funds and 10% of local funds. We're all very well aware of the slip. Appreciate Engineer LeBrun and his team to get to this point. They had this funding secured literally within the week. of this slip, so they were right on top of it. This is the authorization to move forward with W.E. Smith. Any comments or questions? Hearing none.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of approving the subaward and collective agreement between Perry County DJFS and Scioto County DJFS as a fellow of the Child Welfare Project.
So, item 10 and 11 are connected. One's the resolution, the other one would be the sub-grant award. So essentially, the sub-grant award with Perry County Job and Family Services for Child Welfare Fellowship Program project, where Scioto County is one of 5 counties in Southeast District who has accepted the project that includes recruiting, hiring, and training of college students to properly prepare them to be job-ready in the child welfare field upon graduation. This agreement will be effective through the signing of July 31st, 2026, and will be funded through ARPA subawards where Perry County, CDJFS, and the Public Children's Services Association of Ohio will serve as a pass-through and will have no cost to our Scioto County JFS. Appreciate Tammy Moore Morton over there, JFS. This is recruiting continues to be an issue within this space, so to find a different angle into attracting students and college students into this field is critical. So I'm glad to see that we're partnering with the other 5 counties to provide this here in Scioto County. Any additional comments or questions? Hearing none.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
And Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of subaward and collaborative agreement between Perry County DJFS and the Child Welfare Fellowship Project parties regarding JFS.
So the previous vote was on a resolution to agree to it. This is the actual sub-grant, sub-award collaborative agreement between Perry County DJFS and Scioto County JFS. Comments or questions?
No.
Entertain a motion.
Did I jump?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get to, 12?
Yeah, I'm jumping.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, hey, I make
It's
a
one of
motion
those
to
days.
approve, Mayor. Would that be okay?
That'd be
I'll make
okay.
a motion. All right.
Okay. I'll second.
Mr.
Now we're
Davis?
Bingo.
You guys are confusing me.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Davis?
Sorry. Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
And Mr. Powell?
I'll maintain the third eye. Yes.
In the matter of resolution for the Scioto County Commissioners to designate 7 parcels of real property within Washington Township regarding Seaton Development.
This is a cleanup resolution. We've already voted on this and passed a CRA for this area, and it just needed some corrected language. This is regarding the housing development that's going to happen over on the west side with Seaton Development. It's initially a 57-unit senior living facility, and then potentially phase 2 is another 57 units to open up 114 units of senior living here in this county that we all realize and recognize that is critical in terms of solving some of our housing needs. Any comments or questions? Hearing none.
Make a motion to adopt.
I'll second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
And Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of memorandum of agreement between the Scioto County Board of Commissioners, Scioto County Engineer, and the City of Portsmouth.
This is one of the MOUs we set aside through the Scioto County Engineer and his partnership with the City of Portsmouth for joint road and right-of-way maintenance, paving, and improvement projects. The MOU is to be performed by the contractor via the competitive selection process. We do these multiple times throughout the year with the trustees, and for the past 4 years now, the partnership has existed with our Scioto County Engineering and the City of Portsmouth on multiple critical projects. So I appreciate that continued collaboration. Any additional comments or questions? Hearing none.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of notification from the Ohio Department of Taxation regarding permissive sales tax.
So June 2025, sales local, $851,542.50. Sales actual, $431,793.08. Total, $1,283,335.58. This amount is $27,163.53 more than that of June 2024. So while it's not a big jump is still a positive move in the right direction. So we're continuing to see positive months, month after month. This is our 6th positive month in a row. So trending in the right direction, something we always watch. It's our main function here is to ensure that our budget stays healthy. And this is one of the drivers of that budget. So any additional comments or questions? Hearing none.
Make a motion to accept?
I will second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of resolution dedication of right-of-way to construct and maintain storm sewer system in Clay Township, Scioto County, Ohio.
So right away through the Clay Township and the Scioto County engineer, specifically connected to the Fort Hill Road project. Any comments or questions? Hearing none.
Motion to adopt.
I'll second.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of accepting amended certificate from the Budget Commission.
Any comments or questions on item 16? Hearing none.
Make a motion to accept?
Second.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
In the matter of authorizing the clerk to advertise public viewing and hearing proposed vacation of part of an alley in Dogwood Ridge Heights, number 2.
So this is to advertise a public viewing and a hearing. Proposed vacation is a portion of alleys located between Central Avenue and Hamilton Avenue, lots 127 through 130 in the Dogwood Ridge Heights Edition number 2 plat in Willersburg. This is where, Commissioner Smith, where we will actually go on site and have a public viewing and look at the space. And if there's any people in favor of or object to, they can actually show up to the public viewing as well. This is something we do from time to time. We haven't done one of these in a bit.
It's been a bit.
It's been a bit, so I'm glad you get to experience this.
In my world, public viewing is a funeral home.
It's not bad.
Your world just changed.
Commissioner Smith, hopefully we don't find any bodies when we go to this, this alley, so.
That's actually.
Any comments or questions?
I think we've heard enough.
Yeah, all right, great.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye. That is the end of our agenda. At this point, we will shift to questions, items on agenda.
Good morning, gentlemen. I had a question about items 10 and 11, recruitment of college students. Is that going to be like Shawnee State University or really anywhere? Is there any type of agreement or being fleshed out with any local universities?
I believe it is just in general,
In general.
Scott. It's, I don't think it spells out Shawnee. I do know that, that our director has a very strong relationship with Shawnee State University, especially with them working to expand their social services offerings at the campus there. I'm doing a quick read through here. I don't think it's it's specific to Shawnee.
Yes.
It's anybody that's going into that field.
Yeah.
Because quite honestly, we would recruit anybody that has the appropriate, training and degree, so.
We don't care where they come from.
Just
I mean, we're
show up.
desperate for social workers, we really
Yeah.
are. I mean, it's just wherever they come from, whatever school.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Yep. So no, it does not spell out any specific university.
All right. Thank you.
Any questions, items on agenda? On
Yes.
agenda?
Yes.
Great.
Give me a second. Scioto County Daily News asked, please explain how JFS spent $500,000 and what time frame was that in, per year, per month?
I mean, we can give you the breakdown of that. I mean, how they spend it is placement costs. We've been talking about placement costs that was one of the drivers for why we dissolved the board in the first place and shifted under JFS, so we had more insight into placement costs. And we've talked about this at length at this table where, and we've been asking at the state level that they need to get a handle on placement costs and the ability for these providers to just raise their fees whenever and however they feel fit. I mean, we had at one point a child that was $2,500 a day. Now, granted, there's a lot of needs that this child had, but still $2,500 a day. So do the math on that real quick. And it was about $900,000 a year, I think.
A third of our levy.
About a third of the levy that was passed. But then we have other cases where a provider will take somebody in, and let's say it's $250. I'm just giving an example. And 3 days later, we get a phone call that says, "Hey, we got to jump it to $350." So it's not a well-regulated and thoughtful process, in my opinion. It is taxpayer dollars. When you start looking at providing care for other individuals within our community that's linked to taxpayers' dollars, there's normally a threshold or a system in where you validate the need, and whether it's a prior authorization or certain criteria met to drive that extra revenue and cost. So that's where the money's being spent. Scioto County Daily News, it's on placement costs, kids in care. We are at one of the lowest levels we've ever been at. I think the last number was 214, around that area. So the number has gone down since the time of the merger. That way we were at 417. So we decreased by 200. But at the same time, the rate of cost for kids in care by day continues to go up with no real relief in sight, it doesn't seem. So it's something we continue to talking about with our state representatives. They're well aware of it. There's plenty of examples, and it's not just here in this county. This is throughout the state where different JFSs are essentially being held hostage by certain providers. If you got to send somebody to care for a kid, and they can throw whatever price tag on it, if that's what they have to do, then they have to do it for the safety of the child, regardless of how we feel about the cost. But I think we could argue a long time for what is appropriate and for some of these children in terms of cost. But there's some large expenses, and that's what's driving that number. Any additional? I'm sure you do.
I've been holding off
there's a
comments
lot.
the last couple of weeks, haven't I? I've been really quiet. I haven't said very much.
You've done well.
For such a time as this. I was on the phone this morning with the governor's office, just this morning, and again, working with CCAO, the County Commissioner Association of Ohio. I was on the phone with State Senator Johnson's office this week about this issue. I've talked with Representative Pizzulli about this issue. This is a budget buster for the counties in Ohio, period. We are seeing exorbitant costs. And look, we are conservatives. We're not big on a regulation society, right? Nobody likes tons of regulations. But I will tell you, and I will go on the record to say this, when you have companies that are abusing the system, they talk about waste, fraud, and abuse. This is it. This is a prime example where you can charge someone thousands of dollars to take care of someone for 1 day. 1 day. And when it's 2-to-1 ratio on care, look, this is an existential, this is an extension of our juvenile mental health issues that we have throughout. Our community, there are several people working on this. We talked about this the other day. We're working, the three of us together on this issue, talking about juvenile mental health, talking about mental health in general throughout our community. There's people all over this community working on this problem that we do not have adequate mental health services. Of course, the lack of mental health services has really exacerbated the opioid epidemic. The fact that people that are they find themselves in a depression, or they find themselves in a state. There's so many things that feed into mental health that they begin to use to medicate that part of their lives. It's not just one of the things, it is just one of the things that feed into that, but it is a major driver. And everybody will tell you that. Where we don't do the prevention services to try to help them in their mental illness, to help them with and to cope and to receive that healing, that's not happening in an appreciable way. So this is a major issue. I'll just cut right back to the placement cost. The 500,000, those are just recent invoices, right? That's what just went through our docket. Those are recent invoices. We are spending millions on placement a year. So, and then there's this, I put out a Facebook post, I'll gladly talk about that talks about the need for foster parents. We went to a privatized model, we did, for a good reason. And the reason we did is because, number one, we didn't have the personnel to do it. We weren't good at it because we didn't have the people to do it. So we had to focus and focus strongly on what really mattered, and that was caseworker, getting in, seeing the children, and also we are on pace, as you mentioned, to see a record number of adoptions this year because, between what the courts are doing, the prosecutor's office, the work, hard work, this is not easy work. Everybody, it's not. This is terrible hard work, and adults make it worse. And we have kids that are struggling and hurting and suffering and going through all this trauma because they're pulled back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's traumatic, folks. If you've never seen it before, you do not understand it. If you've never lived it, you don't understand it. And then people make comments about the way we're doing it. It goes beyond dollars and cents. It goes beyond that. It has to go beyond that. It has to go beyond to the point where we make sure we take care of our children. It's our youth. It's our future. And so many of them are hurting so bad. I know I feel like, I'm preaching to the choir here. You guys know this. People in this room know this. But people need to understand our workers, JFS, courts, everybody, they're working their guts out to make this happen. And yes, it is blood, sweat, and tears many times. And, I saw some of the arguments on Facebook. I appreciate the feedback, I do. But actually, you are making the case for us. The system is broken. And these workers are stuck in a system that, does not make sense a lot of times. It does not make sense. The reunification rules, we know what sometimes happens there. We've had children die as a result of reunification in this county. But yet the laws and the administrative code doesn't change. I don't get that. We did get some help. You mentioned, no help is on the way. We received, and I confirmed this yesterday, an additional $200,000. That's a drop in the bucket. Thank you. We're very thankful. The General Assembly, as part of the budget, that there's an additional $200,000 there. But look what we're facing. We have half the numbers, and our costs are up. Last I checked was 40%. Now, with the most recent case, I would say we're approaching 50% increase with half the number of kids. There's a problem here, folks. And we've been screaming for 3 years about this. Screaming, lobbying, advocating, whatever you want to call it. But this is a real problem. And we're doing our best. We got good people working on this. And we need it to be up and down the ladder all the way. And I really hope, as more counties are dealing with this, a fellow commissioner from another county responded to the post and said, this is bad for us. They're a smaller county than us, and they're getting slammed. A lot of it's the opioid epidemic, guys. It's the fallout from it. It really is. And as it becomes more and more of an issue across the state, and I think it's there, I think we finally arrived. Hopefully, we'll see redirection of dollars more toward placement, taking care of our kids. I just think we're slow to the draw here, and I think we need to catch up. And I'm not attacking anybody. I'm just saying we got to get our priorities straight. That's all there is to it. And this is one place that I'm very passionate about is we got to make sure that we're taking care of our youth, Mr. Chairman. It's just imperative. And I know everybody in here agrees. But anyways, I'll stop now. We'll move
My
on.
turn.
Thank you.
If you'd like a turn, sure. Commissioner Smith.
If there's anything that that I have an expertise in this whole thing. It's dealing with children, because I've done it, I did it for 30 years. I dealt with it through juvenile court, dealt with it through the school systems for 30 years. And I think the biggest failure that we have, the reason that we have so many placements, is lack of early intervention. We need to be intervening earlier. If you work in the system, you know that once these kids get to junior high age, high school age, it's much harder to turn them around, if not almost impossible to turn them around. When you're looking at a kid that we're talking about $2,500 a day, and okay, that's a lot of money that someone's getting, and they're saying, we can't take care of this kid any longer, $2,500 a day. Now, that's someone saying, okay, we've got a problem with this youngster. And the way to fix it is not to keep throwing money at the end of the tunnel, but start putting something in at the beginning. You can talk to any first grade kindergarten teacher, and they will tell you right front, this kid has already got problems. And if that's the case, then we need to be intervening at that point and trying to do something. And the mental health help, the social work help is not there. We just don't have, and we end up focusing on the fire, because that's, we get the older kids, and then all of a sudden there's all the problems at school, at home, in the community, and we focus on that fire, and we forget about the ember that's starting it back when that they're in the elementary grades of school. And I think that, we need to get something from Columbus or somewhere to say, okay, let's start focusing on the mental health issues that these young kids have. And maybe we could fix some of these problems before they become a major fire that we're trying to put out. I'm done.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Any additional comments, items on agenda?
Well, I have one question she's kind of going off of what you guys are saying. Julie Hines asked, who is responsible for getting rid of our mental health hospital?
I mean, I'm sure that was a state decision. I don't know when that happened.
Gosh, how long, was that 20 years ago?
Yeah, and the state closed it down. The state they started centralizing that help instead of having it in regional areas. They started centralizing it in Columbus and Athens and places like that. And so they closed down the hospitals out in the farther reaching regions. And I'm sure, just like anything else, I'm sure it was a money issue. I'm sure they said, well, we're spending too much money on all these places, let's bring them all into one, and we won't have to spend as much money.
That's all I have on the agenda.
All right, anything off agenda? I'm looking in the room first. Oh, and I know you wanted to talk. I won't call you out. It's all right.
Come on.
All right, I guess not. All right, items off agenda.
Scioto County Daily News said over the past few weeks, we've noticed a couple of important events and changes to published open meetings where we were told press releases went out to the media. Unfortunately, we didn't receive any of them. Could someone please let us know how we can make sure we're included on the press release distribution list going forward? As a large local news outlet, we want to ensure our readers have the same timely information as other media.
So we control our press releases and our meetings. If it's a different entity you're referring to, you'd have to reach out specifically to that entity if you didn't know. If it's city council, you got to go to city council. If it's a different public board, if it's the library, you got to go to the library. Like it does not all flow through this office, I guess is what I'm saying. So it's individualized by organization, unfortunately.
I have one more.
Okay.
Scioto County Daily News. What are the plans to restart the Economic Development Office, or are you actively looking at an interim director?
Not currently looking for an interim director. We are working and engaging with local organizations to potentially start a different system. So we're in that phase at this point. But once again, economic development has not stopped. I think, period. I know I'm personally been involved with, and where it makes it a little more difficult is organizations can't pull 2 or 3 of us into a meeting because all of a sudden we get into open meetings issues. So I know I've been pulled into multiple conversations with developers. I'm talking hundreds of millions of dollars worth of development. Commissioner Davis, I know you've had some of those conversations as well. Commissioner Smith, I don't know if you've been hit yet, but you will. But eventually we will get to the point where we have a single point of contact. In the meantime, though, we are handling it. Economic development is moving forward. There's a lot of good things that are happening, and we're getting through the process. Any additional? Nothing?
No, I think that's a good way to put it. Just so everybody knows, yeah, it's not dead. I mean, there are conversations taking place. We have a chairman. Everybody needs to understand that the Board of County Commissioners has a chairman, and a lot of times the chairman will take point on that because of quorum issues. That's going on now, and it's not that we are totally in the dark on things. We're not, but on some things we are, and there's a reason for that. A lot of people need to understand on economic development. Some companies, the last person they want to talk to is the government. Okay, I mean that is the truth, because that is just, some companies really want their stuff kept confidential. So whether we're working with Jobs Ohio, or we're working with, by extension, Ohio Southeast, or OBRDC, or JEDISO, or LEDC, or Jackson County, whoever it might be that we're working in tandem with, we have to be concerned about quorum issues. We have to communicate properly. There are confidentiality, a lot of times confidentiality clauses in a lot of these discussions. You're shaking your head, I mean, it's happening right now. So there's things happening, please. It's not gone. It's not, that, I think that's the narrative that's out there. We're dealing with small businesses. We're talking to small businesses. We've received grants for small businesses. There's checks and pictures coming, there's things coming, but these things take time, my goodness, and we're getting there. So please don't think that nothing's going on. Discussions are being had. That's what needs to be had as far as our future, and everybody wants to do it the right way and feel confident that we're moving in the right way, moving forward. So please, just don't say that nothing's happening. That is not true.
Yeah.
That is not true. As a matter of fact, it's the farthest thing from the truth. So.
And maybe I'll add, there's still things happening through SOPA, and I think that's probably the question regarding the meetings. I do know they canceled a meeting and sent to some media, maybe not Scioto County Daily News, so we'll make sure they get your contact. But they're actively working on projects as well. They're actively working on, there's still land out at the airport that is in their purview and in their control currently, so and leases and different agreements that they're working through. So there's a lot happening. The very nature of economic development is you can't talk about it until you can talk about it. And I know that drives people crazy. It's not because anything nefarious is going on. It's just most of the times, unless they want some sort of benefit from the government, some sort of tax abatement, some sort of land, something that we have that they need, those are the only times they're coming to us. If we need to support a grant or something for economic development happens outside of government. And I think people need to understand that. A lot of times people do not want to pull government in, because once you do, you're potentially opening your company up for scrutiny, because you're not ready to be public yet. You're not ready to kind of show your cards. You're not ready for the competition to know what you're doing.
Or your cap stack
or,
is
or,
in place.
or
you need
so
time.
there's a lot of things that kind of play into all of this. It's not as simple as just saying, well, economic development exists, and here we are. There's a lot of elements that go into a lot of these deals, and I mean, easily say that there's some major things that we're working on. I wish, trust me, Merritt, I'd love to tell you things. Brian, I'd love to tell you things, but can't. Legally can't. It is what it is.
It'll come.
The one thing that I would like to say is one of the things that I said when I came into this position was, what are the things that you'd like to see done? I said, I'd like to see economic development moving ahead. Once I got here, I found out there's a whole lot more economic development going on than what people think are going on. And there's just things that can't be talked about. There's things that are going on that to a lot of the public doesn't seem important, but it's driving that. And so even my perception of it before I walked into this office was that, not much going on, but there's a whole lot more going on than people think are going on.
Think about infrastructure. what's going on in infrastructure. You have to build infrastructure in order to have economic development. That's all there is to it. There is $100 million water plant being built up here. You say, well, that's not economic development. Tell that to the workers up there, the local workers that are working on that project up there. I mean, they're working for the next year and a half, 2 years. From now, they'll be on that project. There's a power purchase project, $14 million project in New Boston. A $34 million riverfront project getting ready to launch. You said, well, that's not economic development. Tell that to Allard Excavation out in Southwestern. It's going to have all these local workers moving earth and rock and everything else down there. It's not just setting a plant or a factory. That's the ultimate goal. I mean, you want the manufacturing jobs. That's what we work toward. But it's also economic development, small business, which is 70% of the driver of all economic development in the country is small business. And in this area, it's a major driver. Agriculture, things like that. We have to look at all of it. These things are happening right now and have been happening. This is exciting stuff. And who knows what the near future or, maybe not so near future holds. We have a lot in the hopper. You never know. But there are people working on it.
I guess the last thing I'll say on it, and this is in general, is that there's a concept that nature abhors a vacuum, and basically what that means is if people don't have information, they create it. And sometimes the very nature of economic development is we can't give information. So that allows people to create whatever narrative, and that's okay. Like that's part of what we do, and we have to be okay sitting in that, understanding, well, they don't have all the pieces, and that's okay. But just because you hear a narrative that things aren't happening, I can promise you today does not make that true. Any additional comments or questions, items not on agenda?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, jump on in.
Business retention. I'm glad we don't have anything until 11 o'clock, guys. Business retention.
You're going to be writing a lot.
Very important too. Business retention is something else that we work on a lot. We hear of issues with companies. I wish companies would come to us before they're in crisis mode. And I just dealt with something this week that a company reached out and they're dealing with some things, regulatory issues, things like that. We deal with this stuff. We contact the governor, we contact our representatives, we contact whoever and say, hey, are you aware? Can you help? Is there anything you can do? We do that. I mean, I can't tell you how often we do that. I mean, it's a lot. And we try to, even though this Board of Scioto County Commissioners, we often say, we're just commissioners, okay? We're not high up the ladder, but we are a sounding board, and we can use a megaphone when needed to make sure people realize what's going on. So I just wanted to add that. BRE's, business retention is huge. We have to keep what we got.
All right. Nothing else on the old book of faces? Nothing? All right. We'll entertain any closing comments. Commissioner Smith.
Once again, I'm still pretty new at this, and
You can't use that much longer.
no, but I'm riding that horse as long as I can. and as I'm learning things as I go along, there's a lot of things that people, if you spent much time on the internet reading all the things, you'd think it was all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
And we're not doom and gloom. We're headed in a good direction, and there are lots of things out there that are happening that people aren't aware of, and having come into here new and learning the things that I'm learning, I think that the people in Scioto County have a lot to look forward to as we go down the road. So basically, that's all I got to say.
Appreciate you. Mr. Davis.
Yeah, just congratulations to Portsmouth on the riverfront. Commissioner Powell, I'll see my time on this issue to you so you can take care of that. H2 Ohio, the barge dedication there at the marina was super. Congratulations to Rick Jansen and his team on the Queen of Clean barge dedication. Twin 200s, that thing will go 40 miles an hour down the river, but not loaded with 10,000 pounds of tires. But anyways, they are It has a crane. They are lifting things out of the river that's been there for decades. I mean, literally, refrigerator. One of the examples they gave was a refrigerator that had a pop bottle in it that wasn't, the last time that was made was 50 years ago. So that refrigerator's been in that river for 50 years. They're using the barge up and down the river, tributaries, Scioto, Lawrence County, $300,000 plus grant through H2 Ohio. That's the governor's effort to clean up our waterways. Lake Erie was a big push. Ohio River, big push now. And we were able to talk to the director there of H2 Ohio and talk about some of our concerns, agricultural runoff, things like that. Soda River, Little Soda. Designation of Soda Brush Creek, hopefully, is a scenic river soon. So we're doing our part in Soda County. They're doing a great job. I wanted to also spell out, we took a boat ride from the marina up to Portsmouth. That was really cool. Got to spend some time with Director Mertz from the ODNR, and we talked a lot about Scioto County. While driving down the river with the ODNR police, little rangers, I guess, and watercraft people, we got to see a whole lot of sights on the river, but we were able to see Scioto County from the river and was able to point out different points of interest. The end of the Ohio Erie Canal, Turkey Creek, she knows about the lodge, she knows about the lakes, she knows about the lakes and the park and everything else. Where does that water end up at? I was able to show her the mouth of Turkey Creek. Soda River, all of the attributes, Raven Rock from the river, ETC Park, all those things we was able to point out and talk about the natural resources. And I point blank said, we want to be the next Hocking Hills, and her words were, I'm trying. I'm trying. So that's exciting. They've invested millions and millions and millions of dollars in Scioto County. They want to do more. Ohio River Park Marina, the marina is coming back. More and more boats are coming back. The Queen of Clean, of course, is stationed at the marina, and other things. But it's slowly coming back, and they're very excited about that. I did want to mention quickly, and I'm sorry. Charter Communications. I had a conversation with Charter Communications this week about update on broadband, where they're at. They have 2 major contracts through RDOF. We actually helped with part of that. We funded part of one of those with a $750,000 grant to Charter. Total right now in Scioto County is $6.5 million of work being done by Charter. Now there's another company that's also doing work toward broadband. Give me an update on that. If you would like to see, for the sake of our clerk who's already going to kill me as a result of everything I've said today, but we need software for this. Anyways, we don't have it already. But get with me. I can forward you the actual update of everything that's going on in the county, progress where it's at. But commissioners, they continue to have a major problem with pole permits. And Broadband Ohio, others are really pushing this issue with the utility providers to the point to where they have now re-engineered or going underground in some places because waiting is it's killing us on time. So there's a lot of work being done in a lot of townships, will be coming soon. Thousands of customers is what we're talking about that'll be getting high-speed internet, broadband, as a result of this work. I just wanted to give that update, and if the press wants that, I can forward that to you. That's fine. And as a reminder to everybody, September 1st is the last day for the splash pad. I thought that might be the most important thing I mentioned. So
You should have led with that, Commissioner Davis. Heck.
okay, so just don't forget, and then maybe you want to make a comment about River Days.
River Days is coming. So thank you for that. I will echo Commissioner Davis. Well done, Rick Jansen and the team of Lawrence Solid Waste District and the Queen of Clean. This is a project that H2 Ohio was like, we never really thought of this. Normally their focus is up Lake Erie area, so they were glad to be able to find something and support it here on the Ohio River. And I know Rick's and the crew's already had it out and about and cleaning up the waterways, so appreciate his hard work. Of course, we did have the major groundbreaking for the $34 million riverfront project. Congratulations to the city of Portsmouth. Congratulations, an extra thank you to Tracy Shearer, the Community Development Director for Portsmouth. She has worked tirelessly on that project, and even prior had millions of dollars in grants awarded through ODNR for the boat docking systems there. even before the Appalachian Development Grant was even announced. She had money set aside, so that strengthened the application that she was working on. They're going to be moving dirt, and it's also great to see that a local Scioto County contractor, Allard Excavation out of South Webster, got not just that project, but multiple projects through the Ironton Lawrence Community Action, who is the lead grant applicant and administrator of this grant. So people keep asking who's handling it. It's the Ironton Lawrence Community Action. And they have I think he told me $150 some million worth of projects through the Appalachian Development Grant that they're managing for this region, and we appreciate them. But overall, great event. Appreciate the governor coming down and his vision and seeing not just Scioto County and Portsmouth get their riverfront developed, but this is a focus of his throughout the region. I know he's already done several groundbreakings for riverfront development projects to pull the region together, to pull these river cities together. So exciting to see. He did kind of throw the gauntlet out there and said, well, it'll probably be done in a year. He kind of tongue-in-cheek, but at the same time, he's like, hey, you know, my job has an expiration date, and I sure would like to see this done before I'm out of here. So he did say that he'd like to see it done within a year. We'll see. And it's a lot of work, a lot of ground needs moved, a lot of concrete. So congratulations, Portsmouth. In terms of River Days is coming. I know Friends of Portsmouth has been very hard at work. Yes, I know it's going to be in the parking lot again. Oh, I know it's a terrible thing. It's free, guys. Like, show up. It's a nonprofit organization made of volunteers that spend their time, energy, and effort gathering funds to make something nice happen for this community. So the parade will be kicking off. Of course, the pageant is always well attended, and a lot of local companies give away scholarships to the young women involved in that, so thank you for that. And then, of course, the fireworks this year, something new, will be taking place at Earl Thomas Conley Park. And that's kind of a trial run, if you will, for the America 250. So we're already kind of in discussions to figure out what does a major event look like at Earl Thomas Conley Park as this county celebrates America's 250 years. So a lot going on, a lot of great people out there doing great things, and you know, if you don't see positive things happening in this community, you're just not looking. There's a lot of people working hard and moving in the same direction, a lot of organizations pulling together, moving in the same direction. And I'll be excited when we can talk publicly more about some of the stuff in the works, but I'm encouraged for the year ahead to see the development on the riverfront and some of the other projects that are in the works. So, and that's what I have. If there's nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Smith?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Hi. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
All right.